Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm ready to start chapter 9 of I Survived the Attack of the Grizzlies, 1967. All right, chapter 9. 10 minutes later, Aunt Cassie and Mel pulled into the parking lot at the Lake McDonald Ranger Station. It was a small log building about 3 miles from the cabin. They waited in line behind a young man with a mop of brown hair and a beard. He was paying for a trail map. When he finished, Aunt Cassie stepped back and gave Mel a little nudge toward the counter. Mel stepped up. The ranger gave her a kindly smile. He didn't look much younger than Pops. "What can I do you for, young lady?" Mel felt nervous, like when her teacher called on her, but she took a deep breath and looked the man in the eye. "I live down the lake in one of the cabins," she said. "A grizzly bear came out of the woods last night and followed me up to the cabin, and then it smashed the window and tried to break our door down, and—" The ranger held up his hand. "Let me guess. Skinny bear. Light brown. Long claws." Mel glanced back at Aunt Cassie, who raised her eyebrow in surprise. "That's the one," Mel said. "How did you know?" "We call that bear Old Slim," the ranger said. "People have been complaining about him all summer. A real troublemaker. Been raiding campgrounds, making a mess of other people's garbage cans, stealing people's food. Harmless, though." Mel felt her cheeks turn red. What was this man saying? Hadn't he heard what she had just told him? "Harmless," Mel said. "That bear almost stripped our door off the hinges and—" The memory of the grizzly's paw only inches from Kevin's face flashed across her mind. She pinched her index finger and thumb close together. "And it got this close to tearing my little brother to shreds." Cassie put a hand on Mel's shoulder. Mel realized she was on her tippy toes, leaning over the counter. She held out a breath and took a step back. She didn't want to be rude, but she needed the ranger to understand. The ranger nodded. "That old Slim's a real rascal. A few days ago, he chased a couple of boys at Trout Lake Campground, wrecked their tent, bit right through some cans of chili, ate a whole pack of wieners in one bite," the ranger chuckled. "Excuse me," Aunt Cassie said, stepping closer to the counter herself. "I'm not sure what's funny about this grizzly." Mel heard something over her shoulder and noticed the young man was lurking just inside the doorway listening. Were she and Aunt Cassie making too big of a fuss? "The rangers need to do something about this bear," Aunt Cassie went on, her voice rising sharply. The ranger's cheeks turned pink. "There's nothing I can do, miss. I'm just a volunteer." He pointed to the symbol on his shirt and shrugged. "Most of the rangers are dealing with fires." He patted Mel's hand. "I'm sorry you were scared, kiddo, but I wouldn't worry about that grizzly." Mel's temper flared up again, because she was pretty sure she should be worried. "Can you at least tell us why it was acting like that?" Mel said. "Do you think I could have done something?" "I wasn't there," the ranger said, "but from the other stories, it sounds like this bear's just a little off. Like I said, I wouldn't worry about it." Then he stepped back from the counter. He was done with this conversation. Mel was fuming as they walked back to the parking lot. They were almost at the car when a voice called to them. "Wait!" It was the young man with the beard. He hurried over. "You're right about that grizzly," he said to Mel, catching his breath. "It's dangerous. Very dangerous." Aunt Cassie and Mel waited to hear more. "And it's not just that one bear. There's a big problem here at Glacier. If something isn't done soon, someone's going to get killed." I wonder why that volunteer was acting so, nonchalant about the whole thing, and why they aren't more concerned about this bear that definitely did attack. Anyway, I will continue with the story a day or two. I'll try to do it every day, but you know how that works. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Miss you. Bye.